Hi, this is Martin, and this is the first devlog of the Xournal HTR project. Although I've worked on this project for now over 4.5 years, it's still really scary to sit here, record a video, show my face in order to show the devlog. But I think it's worth it. Xournal is used by probably millions of people, and there's no ability to make or to search the handwritten notes that are created. The Xournal HTR plugin, it's an open source plugin, will allow to make all these notes of all these millions of users searchable, and that all in an open source manner. The Xournal HTR plugin is therefore a way to bring searchable handwritten notes to the open source community using modern machine learning. What can you expect from these devlogs? So the idea that we had was that we've seen a lot of progress in the project in the last maybe 6 months since 2026. And we figured it makes sense to record devlogs that cover something like 2 months at a time to keep you updated on where we are and how far the project and plugin is usable for you. So this first devlog now will cover January and February of 2026, and then the next ones will cover subsequent months. What are now the 3 points that we have made progress on for this devlog here? The first one is that we have documented the overall architecture of the project. The background is we started the project as a side project, and it remains such a side project, of course, but it has grown and we have added features so that the architecture has grown a bit wild. First step, we documented that. The second step that we then did in this period was to come up with a new architecture that will allow us to add new machine learning models to improve the system. Because the system is really powered by machine learning models, by word detection models or sequence-to-sequence models. And it only makes sense to refactor the architecture to improve how we can add these models and also how the community can then contribute, because that makes it much easier for them to contribute as well. The third one is to open up the repository for using AI coding agents. These coding agents have now contributed to the fast advancement of the project. And we added the harnesses, the LLM and AI coding agent harnesses, such that the work is both consistent and plannable and has high quality. Okay, that is already it. If you have any questions, we are super stoked and super bullish, so to say, to record more videos on projects, on the project or on any adjacent topic. So if you have questions about how to install it, how does it work behind the scenes, what are the technical nitty-gritty details, down to the CUDA graphs for training optimization, then just drop us a message into the comments and we will record a video about it. Other than that, feel free to have a look on the GitHub repository. The GitHub repository is really the central piece of the project, and since it's all open source, everything is there, from inference codes, from training, from data. Everything is there for you to see, experiment, and of course, if you want, also to contribute. Speaking of contributions, lastly, if we could choose, the only and most important thing that we would make need of now is really your handwritten text data. Because in order to improve the systems that we build, which are intrinsically data-driven machine learning systems, we need data to understand, we need real data to understand if our system works well or if it does not work well. And also to compare new versions of models that we build with old versions of models that we build. And we can only do so if we have enough representative, real handwritten data. So if you have the time and energy and want to contribute to that project, feel free to visit our online demo, where you can first use the project simply, but also you can tick a button and then the file that you upload is stored in the database that I pay for. I will then take it, annotate it, and make it part of the benchmark dataset to improve the project long term. With that, thank you very much for your attention. See you later and hopefully in the comments. Bye-bye. Okay. La, 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 la.